Alright, let's go. Oh, fuck. I forgot something. It's fucking Thursday. Instead of Sweaty Friday, we're doing this one today. Hope you will enjoy it. Today is International Labor Day. You didn't see that one come, did you? You made it just in time. I was starting a little bit late because of that last fucking update, but that's okay. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Welcome back. As I said, I was surprisingly called in to do work tomorrow. Probably because it's the in-between day. Like, I don't know, you have that one. We've talked about this one before. So today is International Labor Day, which means that everything is closed today and almost everyone is off. But since tomorrow is a Friday, that means that we have something called a bridge day. And a lot of people automatically get the day off. And a lot of people take a day off to get like an elongated weekend, longer weekend. So I got called in to work tomorrow and in the morning on Saturday. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be working. You'll be working, winning. Anyways. Yeah, you guys have Labor Day in like August or something, don't you? I don't even know how that one works in America. I know that it's like a big thing, but I don't know what a big thing is. Here it's generally like, you know, people having I don't know, it's quite often been like strike days or stuff like that. September, yeah. Anyhow, so we're gonna continue with this one because that's what we do. I had started with this one. This is way too close, but we do way too close on occasion. That's how this one works. You gotta be way too close on occasion. Yeah, on occasion you do. But just sometimes. Check if this one works. Or if it kinda falls flat, I'm not sure yet. It needs to turn a little bit here. Not super much. Okay. Too close was too close. So yeah, I've been enjoying this actually. It's not the job I want to do, but it does feel nice to actually have something coming in to the bank account where you go like, oh, that materialized. Put that on the second screen. Excuse me. Ooh. Cool Night Lord, yes. He found the toilet seat. He found all the toilet seats. How you doing? Kane, you got Labor Day thingy going on as well, or not? Oh no. No. Yeah, decent. I have to work tomorrow, so that's why we're doing this one. The world is collapsing. We are super collapsing now. All of the everything here is collapsing. I almost wanted to go like we all collapse here. You're waiting for panic buying to start. There are concerns. I will tell you this one. There are some serious concerns. Georgia. I mean, it would work, Georgia. That felt like a direct commentary. Never. Oh well. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with this one a little bit. That's why I'm being silent. But because when I look at this one, the way I have posed the arms, which makes perfect sense, but it still feels a little bit off. I'm not sure. Yes, I have been thinking about making the balls bigger. I specifically like these two balls here, but I feel like I already embiggened them quite a lot. And then you have this ball down here as well that I was really looking at. Then we have this baldy down here that I'm probably thinking to embiggen as well a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna be turning bald soon as well, you know. I'm waiting for it. Look at these cue balls. Wow. I'm glad you're here though, Keen. It's been a while. You have been missed. I know, you know, we all understand how things work in life. Public holiday on Monday too? Nice. I don't think we have that one here. I don't think so. But, what is it in the UK? Is it some sort of national holiday, or is it linked to Labor Day, or? First Monday of May is May Day. Just okay, so nice. I did not know that one. I had my venture into how British public holidays work and so on actually originates from one of my UK friends telling me that they had a bank holiday around this time of year, and I had no idea what a bank holiday was at that point. And this was, well into my, my English is pretty good. I would consider my English to be, apart from, having an accent and stuff, to be, on a somewhat of an academic level. But there are still words that I just don't use, and I'd never heard that expression before, bank holiday. So it was a mildly embarrassing moment. Kind of like how when I first, one of my first conversations with my now wife, she told me that she was pig-headed, and I thought that she was talking about looking in a specific way, physically looks, and I was trying to reassure her that she was beautiful, and she was getting more and more annoyed at me for that part. So yeah. Yeah. Do they still shut or not? They still shut. Fair enough. Yes, I actually thought that one as well, but that was when I was way younger, because we had English TV. We used to have BBC when I was little. For a small amount of time, we had BBC. My parents had BBC, and I remember the first time that they talked about Boxing Day. I think I was 8 or something, 8 or 9. I literally thought that they were gonna send out someone to go beat someone down. I was like, okay. The English are strange, because it was BBC, but at this point I thought that everything was England there, so yeah. It was certain things just become revelations, I think we need to do this one, but the problem with that one is that I need to move that part. Okay, we can do that one. Merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. I'm going to, this is where the digital shenanigans come into play. I will move this one sideways. That was not what I planned to do, because that's the wrong one. There we go. It needs to end up, actually it needs to end up here. I can see why it needs to end up here. That makes actually a lot more sense. See? Santa's nice on Christmas, but the day out, he's nice on Christmas, but the day out, like, the kids saucy and have rumbles outside. Yeah. There is a Swedish comedy movie called, if I translate, it's called Santa's Daddy to All the Children. Which is about one of those Modern Family kind of situations. It's I think it's from like 2008, something like that. It has some of the biggest names in Swedish actors in it, and the basic premise is that it circles around a guy and his new partner, and it has the extended family. So he has previously been married to like 2 women. Yeah, it gets funny. It's like he has had two wives before, I think, and he has a current partner. And then he has Taro, and then she has also had previous partners. So everyone comes because all of the kids come, and he has lots of kids, but he has sterilized himself because he doesn't want to have any more kids. And they're different type of characters. You have all of the tropes, like you have the guy that one of the partners gets really drunk quite fast and stuff like that. And you have like carolers coming, which is very rare in Sweden, but you have carolers coming. And in Sweden you have on Christmas Eve you exchange gifts, and on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, you don't. That's going to the church or some such. So everything is like a big fancy meal, and then there's gonna be change of presents and stuff like that. And he's stressed out as fuck about the entire situation because they're all in his home. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like her exes, and he doesn't like his own exes, but everyone has to be there because it's right. And at a certain point, she tells that she is pregnant, but he sterilized himself, so he gets really upset about that one, but he can't say anything because that would be wrong and ruining Christmas and stuff like that. So he gets more and more unhinged the longer the movie goes. And at a certain point, they've hired one of the neighbors to dress up as Santa and come pause and drop off the presents, because that's how it works in Sweden. And the Santa is kind of slightly plastered as well, because he's hired for the entire neighborhood, and everywhere he goes he gets like a little schnapps that he drinks, so he's properly plastered when he gets to their house. And he's like, he's making some sort of joke, and it's supposed to be funny and warm, but basically what it sounds like is like, so you're basically a horny one who gets children with everyone. Upon which he starts beating him, screaming, "Die, for fuck's sake, Santa, die." And that was what I thought that was Boxing Day. So, just saying, The guy who plays the lead character is called Peter Haber. He played a Swedish alternative to James Bond. There's like a series of movies and books that are... It's not James Bond, but it's similar. It's a contemporary secret agent, and he plays him. He also played I don't know if Keen, you might have seen, like, there's like a series with Kenneth Branagh where he's like some sort of detective that is extremely angsty, and everything is bad, but he's like a detective that solves detective stories. I know that one went on UK TV. It's called... Oh, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but that character is like... It's a book series from the 70s. So Peter Haber has played him as well. So he's played like loads of serious scenes and serious movie characters. But this particular movie is like one of the first ones where he really plays a comedic role. And he kills it. He really kills it. Because when he is threatening to kill Santa, you have that entire, I'm a police officer and I'm gonna, take you down, / I'm a secret agent and I kill people for a living kind of vibe. But he's not, the character isn't like that. So it becomes really like, you just go like, what? Wallander, it's called, the series, by the way. They're set in a Swedish city called Ystad, or as they say in the series with Kenneth Branagh, Ystad. But yeah. Because, and I don't know if you know this one, Morior, but Scandinavian detective series and police series are apparently extremely popular in all of Europe, really, but it's quite popular in the UK as well. In Germany they have like fetishized Scandinavian nature, so they have like TV series that are I don't know what it is, I've never seen it, but like I've seen snippets of it where they are like, it's in German and the actors are German, but they are in in Norway, I think, and they're like the entire series is about people that are sailing, so they're like, you know, having sailboats and they sail stuff. Oh yeah. I I'm not a super fan of those series. I just know that it's a thing, you know. Some of them are good. Hold a sec. Hold a sec. I have. Allow me to find. Oh, wait. Ah! What's new in Chrome? Yeah, this is what happened earlier. Everything updated. Hold a sec. This is the guy who threatens to kill Santa. Just saying, you know. But he played, yes, Beck, this series here. That's like one of those TV series that he's in, where he plays a graying, clever head inspector of homicide. And in Lord of the Rings, in the Bilbo movies, you have Beorn. The guy who plays Beorn in that series, he's also in the Beck series. He plays his muscles. So, you know. But anyway, I digress. Sisu. Sisu, that's a game, no? Like, that's the movie. Ah. Wait. Okay, so Caesar is a Swedish John Wick in World War II. Caesar is Finnish. Caesar is a Finnish concept that means if I would translate Sisu, I would call it what the fuckerism. You know, it's like fuck around and find out, but it's more like you don't fuck around and find out. It gets used quite a lot in Swedish culture as well, in general. So in the 70s, when Sweden was a financial security place in Europe and in the world, because most of the world had a severe recession in the 70s, and Sweden didn't. And this was partially because of being cowards during World War II, and partially because the steel was needed by everyone, and Swedish steel was needed by everyone. So Sweden had like a major upswing financially during the 70s, and a humongous amount of Finnish people moved to Sweden. We also had lots of Italians and Greeks and Turks that came at the same time. They were moving all over Europe at the same time. That's why we have a lot of influx of you know, things like pizza and those kind of things in all of Europe. But there was a large group of these people, both Finns and Turks and Italians and whatnot, that moved to Sweden. And so since Finland used to be a part of Sweden back in history, we're not going to talk about that one. But because of that one, there's still quite a bit of colonialism that lingers. So a lot of Finnish people, especially around the coastal area towards Sweden, knows how to speak Swedish. And it's even a language that is used on a day-to-day basis in many places, with their own local, derivatives, but and specifically their accent. But this one made it extremely easy for them to move to Sweden and take jobs when the Swedish work market was in so much need of labor. And so the majority of the people that came to Sweden in the 70s were specifically Finnish, and the second group, large group, which was they can't have been more than half of the amount of Finns, but the second group were Turks, and both of those ones, they influenced Swedish society quite a lot, both in terms of culture and also in terms of words and stuff. So you have there's the Swedish word for girl. You have one that is from Old Norse, flicka, and you have another one that's jenta, and both of those ones are indicative of an age limit. But you have another word that's been introduced into Swedish, that is tjej, which gets used the entire spectrum. Your grandma can be tjej if she is perky in character enough. If she's active and outgoing, she can be tjej. And that one originates from Turkish, but the Turkish word means whore, because they weren't. Sweden in the 70s is, we were known to be promiscuous. There are movies about that one. And the general outlook was that all Swedish women were basically whores. It was a prevailing thought that happened. So because of that one, women were referred to as tjej all the time. And it just ingrained into Swedish. I grew up with that one. My mom called, she was talking about, her girlfriends at work, tjejerna på jobbet. It's just normal. It just flowed into the language. Yeah. But sisu is also one of those words that got introduced and happened. And usually it also refers to as Finnish sisu for some reason. I don't know why, because I never heard of any other kind of sisu, so I can't speak for that one. But yeah. Now you have learned some more. See, you come for the art and you stay for the good knowledge bit. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot better. There. So yeah. But yes, today is Labor Day. My wife and my youngest is together with their family is at my in-law, my father-in-law, and cleaning up their house a little bit, helping to set things in order. In general. Because it's nice. Okay. Any plans for the weekend then? We're just gonna hang out. I haven't seen the movie Sisu, by the way, if that one wasn't clear. Nice. Hey, Glith. I'm good. How about you? A little bit different today. Going with today's stream instead of tomorrow because Labor Day and because tomorrow I work. How about you? How are you doing? Finishing your second barg. Really happy with the result? Nice! Copies are excellent. They are excellent ways to practice. They really are. How many bargs are gonna have to draw till I stop of drawing? I mean, I still do those things on occasion. It's not often I do those ones, but I mean, it's a form of practice. So, you know, you wanna keep on practicing as long as you can. That's just how it works. So I wouldn't dismiss them. if you're a beginner on intermediate, I think you are at the beginning parts of an intermediate. Your bargs are really good. They're really good, and they are really good practice. I would need to see a little bit more of other stuff that you're doing currently to see whether you are, you know, moving fast in the intermediate parts or not, because it depends a little bit, because some people are really good at doing the copies, the bargs, but then when they paint and draw their, you know, their own stuff, it suffers a little bit. And some are horrible at the bargs, but then whenever they paint or draw their own stuff, it's, you know, they seem to be further than what the bargs indicate. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely at the very least at the beginning stages of the intermediate. That one I can say for sure. I'm going to do a little bit longer, but not super much. And the main reason for that one is because you need to train other things like proportions and how to draw faces. That is part of it, absolutely. I'm gonna continue for a short while, but I'm gonna stop soon because right now I'm struggling to see up here. I don't know if you can see it like this area. This entire area I'm struggling to see right now because the sunlight is hitting, and I don't have a good screen for my windows in here. So we're gonna do a little bit more, but just so you're aware that we're not gonna continue forever, unfortunately. This is why I think that once I get like a stable job situation, I'm probably gonna readjust the schedules for these streams. Obviously to fit with that one, but also in general because it will work better with visuals on the screen and that kind of stuff. Drink water. Thank you. I'm actually drinking water. Well, I'm not drinking water. I'm drinking cola, but I'm drinking. But thank you. My glass was just out. But yes, thank you. How's the weather where you are? Cliff, you're the one who is in South America? Or am I remembering wrong? We have like 3 people that I tend to mix up where they're from, and you're one of them. Check my posture. Thank you. Again, I needed that one actually. Yeah. Brazil, yeah, I thought so too. One of the people is in Portugal. That's why I mix it up. So, yeah, one of them is in Portugal and one is in South America, and then there's one that I don't know where they are from. But it's like a trio people, And you all post relatively regularly. You move to another city. That's what I thought. Either way, everyone is welcome. But how is the weather? It's cold. Much more cold when you grow up, so I'm having a difficult to stand this cold weather. Yeah, we just have, today we have, what do we have? Let me check. 30 degrees Celsius, which is, we're gonna check that one quickly before I do a time lapse. '86. I took the dogs for a run earlier, and normally we let them run for like an hour. I returned, they ran for 35 minutes. And I say ran in a very loose way because they didn't really run. They ran a little bit and then they stayed in the shade. And after 30 minutes they were really just sitting in the shade, hanging in the shade, not doing anything. So I went home earlier because of that one. Damn, son. I mean, this, you know, 86 is nothing for you, isn't it, Morio? You got 99 problems and Fahrenheit is none. '38 is a little hot. That's what I'm struggling. Yeah. Yeah, when it gets really, really warm here, like in the middle of the summer, it can get to that one. But I mean, I grew up like 30 degrees. 30 degrees is like 4 days of the year in Sweden, where I used to live. And also, here, it doesn't get cool in the night. It stays warm. So like now in the beginning of the summer, it will cool down substantially in the evening. But like a month from now, it will just stay warm. I live in Antwerp right now, in Belgium. But in Sweden, it always cools down. It just goes like, and it's gone. So all the heat vanishes, all the, you know, all the residual, you know, warmth. It doesn't stay after, you know, after you have, after the sun has gone down. So that one makes a huge difference in Sweden. Okay. We have reached 100 messages with Restream today. Woo! Okay, like so, and we'll go for time-lapse time. Let's do time-lapse time, man. I'm gonna save first, save as. Just in time, yeah, because now the last 5 minutes, it moved to like where his arm is over here, and his shoulder pad is the central one. That's where it's now glowing. It's not. I don't have the sun straight out of my window. It's reflecting off of a series of windows on the house adjacent, which is annoying. But they really hit in the wrong way. So, anyways, time lapse time. All sec. Let's do it! Alright. Whilst this one runs, thank you so much for being here on a day of unexpected laboring. Hope to see you in the weekend. We should be doing stuff on Sunday, but don't hurt us if we don't. Depends a little bit on how completely broken I am by the by the work, but it should be fine. So yeah, take care. See you. Bye bye.